Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth. In the last episode, we heard the story of Van Helsing's past. So we're going to continue on from here. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
What is it, Abraham? Something on your mind?
Yes, I was thinking about the past. The automobile finally approaches their destination.
Looking back fondly on your memories is great, but right now I need you to focus on the present.
Don't you think this is the same as that time before?
Don't be so mysterious with me. Which that time are you talking about?
The final battle that brought an end to the vampire war. The two of us went marching into enemy territory, just like this. Alistair nods gravely, but his response is not one of agreement.
I see. This situation is certainly similar, but the essence of the situation is different this time, Abraham. Back then, we fought as a result of having been swept up by fate. Now we fight by our own wills, in order to part with our pasts. Isn't that right?
Van Helsing smiles faintly. Yes, you're right. Is he sensing something wrong here? Until now it had seemed that he had not even allowed death. But once everything is finished, he can finally sleep. He can bid farewell to the unending nightmare that had been his life. No, Van Helsing, we want you. Van Helsing looks up at the moon in a daze. The moon looks down on him indifferently, as if it knows everything that is about to happen, but keeps its knowledge to itself. Everyone, I'm sorry for calling you in the middle of the night. I needed to tell you something. Everyone has gathered in the lounge at my request.
You don't want to be so formal. You know I'll do anything you want. From your expression, it seems this is going to be pretty serious.
I nod in response. Van Helsing came back here earlier.
He did? Why didn't he say anything to us?
Yeah, he said he'd figure out where Finis is. He came to say his final farewell to me.
Oh, he only said goodbye to you. How cold of him.
I know, I haven't even been able to examine his wounds properly. It seems like Van Helsing is prepared to go fight Finis alongside Alistair. Van Helsing is very strong, so he might be alright, but still... I don't know how to explain it, but it seemed to me like Van Helsing was trying to reach out for help. The more he said he wanted to be left alone, the more it sounded like he didn't really want to be alone.
Miss Cardia.
But I just let him go on all by himself. I didn't want him to hate me. I couldn't bear hearing him say he didn't want me, so I gave up trying to stop him. But I realized that was a mistake. I don't care if he hates me. I don't care if he doesn't want me. That's why... I want to help Van Helsing. I want to be by his side. I don't want him to be sad or suffer. I want to see him smile. These feelings have appeared in my heart and won't go away. Please, I want to help Van Helsing, but I need help from all of you. I understand that this is going to put us all in danger, but there's nothing I can do on my own. No one says anything. I know I sound selfish. I should know how dangerous Finis is after everything that has happened.
Miss Cardia, you've changed quite a bit since you first arrived.
What?
Yes, truly. When we first met you, you were like a doll. I mean, not in a bad way, right? I'm super disappointed that it's not me. Super disappointed, but also super happy.
What are you talking about?
The story of how a lady who thought she was a doll became human.
Lupin points at my chest with a flicking motion of his finger. I became human.
Men and women both become human when they discover love.
Oh, Impy looks so sad. Impy, I miss you. Ah, that's deep. Who are you quoting?
That's all me. Aren't I wise?
I suddenly appreciate them less, knowing they came from the mind of a thief.
Yes, it only took a moment for the words to shift from groundbreaking to common as muck.
Everyone rises from their seats as they continue to joke around. Well, where are you going, everyone?
Where else? To fulfill the precious wishes of a lady in love.
Hearing this, I quickly run after him. And the name of that feeling, the sound of the word love, warms my heart. Lupin steps outside and speaks up as soon as he checks the area near the gate.
Just as I thought. They arrived here in an automobile.
How can you tell?
I woke up earlier when I heard something. I didn't realize what it was, though. There are also some new tracks right in front of the gate. I'm reasonably sure they were made by an automobile.
You really do have good ears, Lupin. I always want to examine you from a medical standpoint.
Shall we take a closer look at these tracks? Judging by the looks of how the ground has been scraped, there's a high chance that they're still in London.
Huh? Why?
The road that goes off in that direction is a single path that leads straight to the city. If they're leaving London by automobile, it's much easier to pass by the mansion and continue towards the city's outer wall. Unless their intent was to mislead us, there's almost no question that their goal is within London. He left such an easily traceable trail. Van Helsing must have been pretty agitated. Does he think he can get away that easily?
I don't know how he got here, but I suddenly realized that Cece is here, standing next to Lupin.
And here's our big shot hunting dog, our pride and joy. Everyone give him a warm welcome, would you?
Cece barks enthusiastically.
What? Are you saying that you're going to have Cece hunt him down? We don't have time for that, do we? Of course. Ever since our princess arrived, he's started to warm up to me. I've been training him all this time, haven't I?
Cece barks again, happily.
Are you serious? He still never opened up to me, and I'm supposed to be his master. This is no time to wallow in shock and self-pity, Impy.
Lupin has Cece sniff one of Van Helsing's old handkerchiefs, and in the next instant, Cece is already running with great vigor. Whether Cece was always able to do this, or if Lupin's training brought this out, our hunting dog charges on without hesitation. We would never catch up with him this way. The cathedral, lit by moonlight, boasts the same unapproachable beauty it had back when Van Helsing left Twilight. Van Helsing and Alistair park the automobile in an inconspicuous area and slowly approach the building.
I sense some sort of presence. This place is likely to be well guarded. Probably the Twilight soldiers that Finis took with him. And your own subordinates are among them. Yes, I hope that at least some of them are still alive.
As they have this conversation, a number of figures appear from the cathedral and melt into sight.
This is certainly a fitting dramatic effect. Abraham, I hope we both survive to see the sunrise. You don't have to worry about me. There's no way I will die before I've killed Finis.
Van Helsing pumps the lever of his shotgun.
Let's go.
The Twilight soldiers advance, and Van Helsing's shotgun reverberates through the night. I just heard a gunshot. I stop and turn in the direction of the sound.
It came from over there. I see, that makes sense.
What does?
St. Paul's Cathedral is in that direction. Rumor has it Isaac demanded it be given to him during London's reconstruction, but there was an accident during its rebuilding, and the cathedral was declared closed to the public ever since. Gathering from this situation, it's very likely that this building houses Twilight's headquarters.
Twilight's headquarters. I hear another gunshot.
Let's hurry. Things are changing as we're standing here.
We start running through the deserted streets. When we reach the front of St. Paul's Cathedral, there are already a great number of Twilight soldiers on the ground.
Dang! If Van Helsing and Alistair did this just between the two of them, that's quite a feat. It seems these men are all simply knocked out. That takes some skill.
The next gunshot comes from within the building. As if the shot was a signal, Twilight soldiers appear en masse.
Hey, those fellows really don't look too friendly, any way you look at it. Oh, look at him! I suppose I can handle them then. You all go inside. I've never seen him look like this before. Oh, that's beautiful.
But...
You're going to save Van Helsing, aren't you? Then don't hesitate, and get going so that you can reach him yourself.
Saint Germain's tone is kind yet firm. Right.
I'll stay behind with you, Count. I'll do what I can to help. I appreciate the offer. Very well. Now go! Lupin, Impy, look after her and Van Helsing.
Lupin and Impy nod with determination.
Well then, shall we?
All right, stay safe, you two. We start running again, leaving Victor and Saint Germain to deal with the situation.
It's a little too risky to rush right through the front. Let's go around and follow the gunshots.
We follow his suggestion and circle around to a small entrance. We're in the building. There's something dreamlike about this moonlit corridor. It almost feels like we've stepped into a fairy tale. Another gunshot, this time closer than before. We're almost there.
This building has a very simple layout. If we keep moving forward, we'll run into Van Helsing at some point.
I nod in response, and am about to start running faster. Twilight.
Whoa, hey! They're also coming from behind. They're coming at us from both sides. They are an elite organization, after all. Go on, Cardia. Impy and I can handle them.
But neither of you two are fighters.
We'll be fine. I mean, as long as you don't expect us to do as well as Van Helsing or Saint E.G. We're pretty tough on our own, right?
But still...
It's fine. Don't mind us. Just go. When you get to Van Helsing, give him a good smack across the face on our behalf.
Lupin gives me a smile. His eyes are filled with confidence, just like when he first kidnapped me.
Well, it's not really kidnapping if you go willingly, Cardia.
All right. I squeeze out the words. Be safe, you two.
Got it! Love is indestructible! Come on, Lupin, just stay out of the way when I get going, got it? Yeah, there's something you don't know about him, Cardia. Huh, right back at you. Don't mess this up, Impy.
Lupin throws a smoke bomb, suddenly blinding everyone. I take this opportunity to flee. Lupin, Impy, I hope nothing happens to them. I pray this from the bottom of my heart as I keep running on alone. After a while, I see a spot at the very end of the hallway. Van Helsing is there. I continue running desperately and arrive in a vaulted ceiling space lit by the soft moonlight. The beautiful scene before me is dreamy. It's powerful enough to mesmerize any who lay their eyes upon it. If the circumstances were different, I could have stared at its beauty all day long and never tired of it. Within this scene...
My, we have an unexpected visitor. What are you doing in a place like this, sister? Why are you here? This is completely unexpected.
Finis, Alistair, and Van Helsing. I can't stop myself from shouting the moment I lay eyes on him.
Cardia.
He stares at me in disbelief, then quickly turns back to Finis. There are the bodies of many Twilight soldiers sprawled around them, but the three do not appear to be fighting. They glare at each other in silence. But what's more unsettling is the crowd of Twilight soldiers still surrounding them. Even a few soldiers from the army are there, pointing their guns at them. This extreme situation, this tense scene, barely held together by strained nerves, looks like a tableau from a painting to me.
You came after me with the others. Why do you go out of your way to put yourself in danger, Cardia?
Van Helsing's pained shout echoes. It's because you're important to me, of course. What am I gonna run in here and say? He's gonna say, why did you come all this way? And I say, I don't know! I don't know why I came here! It's because you're important to me. I remember what Lupin said. The feelings I have for Van Helsing. I learned so much because I met you. Not just things like how to fight, or other stuff you taught me. I don't know why, but the kindness you showed me, even though you usually look so annoyed, makes me so happy. You took over my heart little by little, and I didn't realize just how important you'd become in my life. This warm, painful, gripping emotion within me has a name, and it's... I love you. More than anyone or anything, I simply love you. Are my words reaching him? After a beat of silence, the response I get is...
Unbelievable, sister. What are you even going on about? Love?
Why is that so funny?
Why, you ask? From the sheer absurdity of it, of course. You're incapable of love, or of being loved by anybody. Really now, think about it. Emotions, feeling, a heart, love. What a joke! Sister, you are a monster, and a monster can never have any of those feelings you want.
Being once more called a monster, and Finis's cold glare sends shivers up my spine.
Silence, Finis. Cardia. So, she's a monster, so what? It has nothing to do with me. All I'm here to do is bring you to your death, for myself and my own reasons. These pointless, wistful back and forths are making my skin crawl.
Finis drops his shoulders, looking quite obviously dejected.
All this talk of love, how angry are you trying to make me? Father would be saddened by all this. You mean to reject Father when all you are is a shallow container? What are you talking about?
For an instant, it looks like the light disappears from his eyes. But, before I can wonder about it, Finis raises his face to us once more.
Fine, I'm done. I'm so tired of you all.
He snaps his fingers, and the soldiers around us all lower their guns.
What's this? You made them lower their weapons. What are you up to, Finis? Nothing much. It doesn't mean anything. I thought I would let you get in the first shot. I'll give you the best chance you ever have at killing me. Do it, Van Helsing. Go ahead. I'll show you the true meaning of despair. I'll show you that your worthless little wish will never be fulfilled. Not now. Not ever.
Van Helsing's expression becomes stern. The next moment, there is a roaring sound before I can even try to stop him. Finis, shot through the leg, collapses to the floor. But he stands up once more, as if he feels no pain.
What's the matter? Don't hold back. Aim for my heart, my head. Do whatever you want.
Finis walks toward Van Helsing, his arms open, smiling widely, as if to encourage him to shoot.
If you want my bullet so badly.
Finis's body jerks back as bullets riddle him, almost making him appear to be dancing, as blood splatters everywhere. But somehow, his insane laughter shows no signs of stopping. Eventually, after Van Helsing's fusillade has finally put Finis's laughter to an end, Van Helsing. Finis's body lies limp before him. Surely this time.
I did tell you to do whatever you want. What? You really are merciless. You should relax a little. I mean, look at me. You turned me into hamburger.
I can do nothing but stand in complete shock and stare. Finis is on the floor, covered in blood. A figure appears from behind the lines of soldiers. Another Finis.
Just as I guessed. Impossible. How is this happening? What are you? I'm exactly what you see. I'm Finis. Ah, don't worry. That poor fellow there is me as well.
Finis looks down on the corpse with a mocking smile and steps over it.
Now, I think it's my turn.
Finis snaps his fingers as the soldiers around us once more point their guns at Van Helsing. I instinctively run out in front of him.
Stop! What are you doing?
I don't reply to Van Helsing immediately and stare at Finis. I don't know why, but Finis needs me alive. That's why he was trying to kidnap me without hurting me, isn't that right? I stand protectively in front of Van Helsing, shielding him from the guns. It's all right, Van Helsing. I will protect you.
Cardia.
Watching us, Finis replies as if he finds something hilariously funny, but at the same time with an air of hate.
You think I can't kill you? Unfortunately, you're wrong. I've been holding back from doing so for a long time. A long, long time. I really just wanted an excuse to kill you. Even with you gone, I know I can bring Father's plans to fruition. Yes, that's right. You're worthless.
I hear an unexpected sound. The sound of a bell suddenly rings out. It's coming from where Alistair is standing. He has been watching the situation silently. Finis turns his attention to this unlikely distraction, annoyed.
What's that noise? Alistair? It's a signal, Finis.
A signal.
Yes, the preparations to kill you are finally complete. Now, shall we move on to the final chapter?
Gunfire goes off all around us. None of it is targeted at us. Instead, the soldiers fire on Finis. Why? Finis is unable to remain standing after having taken such heavy fire and falls to his knees. Why are my own soldiers attacking me?
It's simple. These aren't your soldiers, Finis. These men are all loyal to me, while pretending to be with you.
Van Helsing looks on in shock at the sudden turn of events. But do you really think that's the only Finis left? Alistair advances towards Finis, who slowly falls onto his side.
Jimmy.
Alistair stands over Finis and stares down on him coldly. I feel a sense of unspeakable terror from his unwavering eyes.
How does it feel, Finis? Isn't this a refreshing turn of events? You're the only one who's so used to feeling like everything's under your control.
You've always been a charmer. So, does this mean you're done hiding your identity? Alistair, or should I say, Azoth? What?
Oh, you knew. I thought I'd kept it from you pretty well. Huh. I suppose you do live up to your reputation of having inherited the infamous Isaac's knowledge. I underestimated you.
We all stare at Alistair in surprise. I really hope he's the traitor. That everybody was surprised by. Alistair is Azoth.
What? This is insane. Jimmy, what are you talking about? You're Azoth? That's nonsense.
And yet, paying no mind as we struggle to come to terms with the truth, Alistair smirks as if nothing is out of the ordinary.
It makes complete sense. Abraham, Cardia, I am Azoth.
Alistair keeps his thin smile as he turns to Finis, unfazed as we stand frozen.
Why don't we take care of you first? I'm a very cautious man. I don't want to leave any regrets for the future.
It's useless, Alistair. I'll never die. I'll corner you, and I swear I'll kill you. Finis spits this out with fury and murder in his eyes, even while lying broken on the ground.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to come true. I know about you and your secret. You'll meet your end here.
Alistair gingerly crouches by Finis's head and whispers something to the boy. How dare you! Finis screams, and fresh blood spurts from his wounds. Without any hesitation, Alistair drives the saber he's holding straight through Finis's neck. At the same moment, the sound of an explosion rattles the entire cathedral.
How delightful. Finis, you really were quite entertaining. Almost enough to make me regret killing you. Almost.
As the shaking continues, Van Helsing grabs hold of Alistair.
Explain this to me, Jimmy. What? What is this about? What's going on? Don't get so heated. I'll explain. Either way, congratulations, Abraham. As you can see, Finis. He has achieved true death. Your revenge has been accomplished. He will never come back to life. Your ambitions, and my feigned ambitions, have been carried out right here. You're Azoth. Is this true? Yes, of course. Why would I lie about something like that? It can't be. How can I believe something like that? Your techniques in handling Jack Blackman were quite brilliant. What? But they were also unexpected. In the scenario I had written up, you were supposed to kill him. I thought I'd done a good job connecting your memories of the battlefield and your past. I guess she really did save you.
Alistair glances at me and smiles.
But I couldn't even bear to look at your battle with Nointe. To think that you, who had been called the human weapon, would fight so abysmally. As your teacher, it embarrassed me. You still don't believe me. As you wish, I can explain all the details and methods behind the cases where the Azoth name was left behind.
Van Helsing slowly lets go of Alistair. No, he didn't let go. He looked to me as if he no longer had the strength to hold on. Why? Why would you do such a thing? What did you plan to get from it? Okay, and I hate to break here, but this is when we have to break. We've run out of time. So, we're closing in on the ending, I believe, so, I don't know, maybe we'll be squeezing everything in on the end there. Anyway, I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.